Hello everyone, we are with Mr. Sugant Kanan again, and this is part 3. If you have not seen our another parts, please go and see. I'll put the link in the description box. He is the founding chairman of American STEM Institute and based out of Florida, USA. So, how are you today, Sugant?
I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
Fine, thank you. There's a lot of heat in Mumbai, and I'm based in Mumbai, so obviously. So,
Right.
anyhow, so today we are talking about the automotive industry opportunities and for Indian businesses in US. So please tell us what are some of the latest investments and projects in the automotive sector by Indian companies in the US.
Certainly. I mean, if you look at Indian companies, they always have had a strong strength historically in this particular sector. One example is Chennai Wheels. The Chennai-based Wheels India. They're a wheel manufacturing company for cars, and they have announced that they are planning to open wholly owned subsidiaries in the United States, and they're going to be making wheels for construction equipment, vehicles, tractors, big trucks, and also suspension systems for buses and trucks in the United States. And then, of course, you have well-known Mahindra Group. They have announced a big investment recently, 230 million US dollars, which is about 1,500 crore rupees, to manufacture recreational and off-road vehicles for North American consumers. So a lot of investment is kickstarting from Indian companies in the United States in this sector.
Okay, are there any special programs, incentives, or partnerships offered by US government for Indian businessmen who want to take their automotive company global?
Certainly. I mean, of course, on top of the usual investment and tax credit programs, specifically in the electric automotive subsector, you have a lot of special programs. So, companies which are manufacturing or involved in electric cars, motorbikes, electric transport trucks. So, for them, you have a lot of investment opportunity and help. And in fact, in the United States, there's been a recent boom in this industry because consumers have been given a 15 to 30% tax credit for people who buy these types of vehicles. So the demand for electric cars, bikes, trucks has dramatically increased. And then you also have another special tax credit, which is known as the 45X tax credit, which provides incentives for those who are producing the components that go into these electric vehicles, like inverters and batteries. And then you have a production tax credit of around 10% of the manufacturing cost.
Okay. Actually, EV is trending in India too, and our government is supporting EV as well. So maybe in coming years we will be just EV. So I'm just saying maybe other cars will be there because there will be a lot of dumb then. So anyhow, let's get to
That's
next
true.
question. Yeah. What are the growth prospects, regional and global in this space?
Certainly, I mean, there's been a lot of hype in the Pacific sector, but when it comes to the transition from petrol and diesel vehicles to electric cars, I think we are still in the early stages. Compared to solar panels, wind energy, energy production, which we talked about in the last episode, where you have a grid that accepts energy no matter which type of plant is producing it. The automotive market in the United States, and I would even say in Bharat, is a bit more complex because you have a myriad of safety regulations for each country and some import export restrictions as well on some of these batteries. Also, in markets like the United States, many people are still showing significant loyalty to petroleum cars. That's primarily because when you have a power outage during an emergency because of typhoon or earthquake, petrol cars are an asset for people who want to evacuate. But I mean, there's still a lot of exciting developments in battery technology to help reduce the battery charging frequency, and that will help overcome some of these challenges that electric vehicles have faced. But still, the industry is in a state of flux. In spite of these challenges, globally, you're looking at general growth in the overall automotive sector of 5% per year. But as of first quarter 2024, you've actually seen a 25% jump globally in electric vehicle sales compared to Q1 of 2023. So that's very encouraging.
Okay. In terms of supply chain, what specific subsectors in the industry can MSMEs pivot to export to US?
Certainly, that's a very important question because MSMEs form the backbone of the economy. As I mentioned previously, battery and battery components are the strongest area to focus on because you'll be able to get the best of both the petroleum and electric car market. Traditional components, vehicle AC compressors, radios, wheels, bearings, radiators, filters, these are some of the products which I would encourage MSMEs to focus on. If you look at the market dynamics as well as which products the major car manufacturers domestically and abroad are manufacturing in-house, these types of products are typically subcontracted and purchased. So those would be the ones that I would encourage small and medium-sized businesses to focus on
Okay,
to
how do
make
you feel?
Bharat an
Yeah,
export.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Bharat is the thing, you know. Now, India, we should not talk about. We should talk only about Bharat, and we are so strong on it. So, how do you feel the market will value companies in automotive sector in the coming 3 years?
Certainly, this is a very important question for the financial markets. Actually, compared to the clean energy industry, the valuation in this automotive industry is kind of all over the place. You have companies like Electra, where the PE ratios in the hundreds. Tesla listed in the US markets, they're around 42. Xiaomi, that's a Chinese company, they're at 48. Whereas Rivian, which is a subsidiary of Amazon, they're actually a slightly loss-making company and their PE ratio is only at 1.5. So unlike other sectors, this sector is a bit enigmatic when it comes to valuing companies either now or within the next 3-5 years. And typically the valuation considerations are based on growth capacity, target markets, regulatory actions, safety considerations, how the vehicles are operating and whatnot. But most importantly, execution success and profitability. Those companies which are able to manufacture these electric cars and execute and sell in the market, they are valued at much higher. And in the next 3 years, you also will have a lot of new companies entering or pivoting into this sector. But similar to the early days of the traditional automotive industry with Henry Ford, a lot of challenges and new developments still remain.
Okay. What is the most exciting cutting development in this sector that industry players need to be on the watch for?
The number one cutting edge development is fully automatic driven cars. So up till now, you've seen a lot of technology coming in where the car is being semi automatically driven, where the driver still has to monitor and engage in the turning functions. But you have companies like Tesla, Waymo, Huawei, who are making announcements on a regular basis in this direction. So I'd anticipate within the next 1 to 2 years, maybe not in Bharat, but in some countries, you will see automatically driven cars. In fact, Elon Musk has made an announcement 4 or 5 days ago that they plan on launching full self-driving cars in China. So with that, you'll see a lot of new developments as well, robo taxis and whatnot. So that's the most exciting development, and people need to be on the watch for it. And I think it'll come to Bharat within the
It
next,
should.
within the
No,
next
no, it
decade.
is coming. It is coming because the news is there. They will be starting first in Mumbai and Delhi. These are the two centers which they are planning. And everybody is very excited about automatic cars. I mean, fully automatic cars which are driven by robots and kind of Tesla is having. So we are looking forward to it. We are growing.
Yeah, certainly. And also, I
Yeah.
think, in the long term, if the vehicles become more economical, certainly it'll help with a lot of the Mumbai traffic congestion.
Traffic congestions need more infrastructure and development rather than new cars coming in. That's what I would say. It's a practical approach to have a good development in infrastructure. And I think we are now focusing on infrastructure. India is going to have huge projects on ropeways. And our infrastructure in this 8 years has really gone up. And in coming 10 years, I'm looking forward like we will be miles ahead than we were earlier in last 50 years.
Right,
So
definitely.
Mr. Kannan, thank you so much. And again, we'll be back with an interesting topic and more information. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Mr. Kannan, again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.